And action. Welcome, everybody. Again, we got Phoenix and Ross. Let's go ahead and start off the night. We're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You already know who it is, man. It's FRJ, Getty Paper, whatever you want to go by. And tonight we got an interesting show to you, even though there wasn't really any, what's the word I'm looking for? There wasn't really no trades going down between Raw and ECW, or SmackDown Live and ECW. There is a pretty good night. There's going to be some new and familiar faces walking around of ECW today, so, you know, stay tuned for that. Never expected you to be streaming ECW as well. Me neither. I didn't either. But I had some time, so I said, you know what? Walk it to him. You beat me in Jerks' UFC event. Nice. Congratulations. What up, Gabriel? What up, man? He on a roll. He why not on... Hold on, wait, what? He on a roll. He why not strike while the iron's still hot. Huh? You talking about... Oh, you talking about Nick? No, I know what you're... I know, it's just the way you said it kind of threw me off. I'm like, what? I heard of something kind of like that, but I'm like, okay, well, anyways. Yeah, I know what you're saying, though. You gotta keep cooking, man. Make sure that iron's still hot. You know, you gotta keep going. Otherwise, the iron's just gonna cool down, and whatever you got is what you got. I know exactly what you're talking about. Trust me, I know. Just the way... I think, I don't know, maybe you wrote it, maybe the way I read it, I don't know, something was wrong with it, but I know what you're talking about. So, you know, we on the same page, just, we're, I don't know, lost everywhere. Well, here comes Jon Snow, and he is probably one of the most successful NXT prospects in history. Matter of fact, he was the NXT champion for a great deal of time. At one point, the longest reigning NXT champion in history, until that record was recently broken by one known as Lucas. And ever since going on to ECW, he's had a bit of a hard time trying to figure out what it is he needs to do to really push himself into that main event scene. He's had a couple of opportunities here and there, just really didn't go too well for him. And he's here tonight, got a singles match against Dolph Ziggler, the show off, to start off the night. We'll see how this all turns up and about. So you can tell he's very, he's disturbing. Well, he looks disturbed. I don't know. To me, he freaks me out sometimes. We'll see how Dolph fares up right now. And just like I said before, this guy's the show-off. At one point in his career, he was actually a part of the most nefarious, embarrassing faction of all time. He was actually a part of the Spirit Squad. He was known as Nicky, teaming with Mikey, Kenny, Johnny, Mitch. But you know, the funny thing is, they were actually successful as a faction. They won the World Tag Team Championships. And you're not going to believe this when I say it, but they knocked off Kane and the Big Show to win them. And yeah, I know you're probably not going to believe me, but that's exactly what they did to pull off the upset victory. I never thought that out of all the Spirit Squad members, Dolph Ziggler would end up being the most successful. Kenny Dykstra was the one individual that a lot of people expected to explode and really have a good run in the mid-card division after breaking through. And it looked like it was promising, then all of a sudden it just one day fell off the map. And next thing you know, a guy named Dolph Ziggler came in, started shaking people's hands and letting everybody know that he's got a lot to prove. He's got a chip on his shoulder. And trust me, he did become successful. He won the United States, he won the Intercontinental and the World Heavyweight Championship after, of course, capturing the Money in the Bank contract. But the first time he did win the World Heavyweight title, I guess technically speaking, he didn't really win it, because he was handed the World Heavyweight Championship from Vicky Guerrero, and then later on that same night, a couple of hours, Edge speared him and won the title back. He won the title that was vacated at the time. Later on, he did, again, of course, won it properly with the Money in the Bank briefcase, cashing in on Alberto Del Rio back in 2000, let's see, I want to say 12-ish? 2011? I think it was 2011. He won the damn thing, and he said, you know what? This is it. This is my moment. This is my WrestleMania moment. He won it at the Raw after Mania. And you know, it was perfect. Absolutely amazing. So today, he's here. He's been struggling on ECW just like Jon Snow. However, Dolph's actually held the title on ECW for a brief time being. He was Hardcore Champion, in which the title would later on be merged with the WWE Championship and pretty much gone out the woodwork. Touch keypad still having problems. It keeps adding extra words on maybe it time to get a new app for this old Android tablet. Probably. I could look it up for you. What Dolph Ziggler when he cashed in? I'm trying to remember because I know it was around. No, it wasn't. Was it around the 2012 time frame? Because I'm trying to remember. Because him and was it Damien? No, was it Damien Sandow? I don't remember the full detail, but he was successful cashing in on Alberto. I'm trying to remember who was WWE champion at the time too. It was a long time ago. So you know, I know it was before the 2014 era. It was definitely after 2000. We're looking at 2012 to 13. I'm thinking it was 2012 though. And you know, these elbow drops, they're going to keep on coming until they run out of gas, man, or unless he just wants to stop, in which he does. Look at that, just throwing grease, hair grease on the body to Jon Snow. Kick out at 2. Jon Snow gets the shoulder up, keeps the match going and well alive. Can't believe it. So now he's gonna, not sure what this is gonna be, but I guess he's gonna go ahead and, I guess, show off what he does best, right? For everybody, for himself. He's been saying he's the best since he can remember, and that's, well, since I guess the time being, that would be around the 2006 time frame of being part of the Spirit Squad, if that counts to anybody. Ziggler with the zigzag! Lays him down on his back, walk it to him. Literally just walked up to him and hit that zigzag. It's not over yet. There's a lot more in store for Snow. And look at Ziggler. He's just very upset. This match is not over yet. I mean, honestly, I would feel somewhat the same way, but at the same time, you know, Jon Snow, he's a promising young superstar with a lot of potential in his favor. Couple of takedowns. Hold on, wait a minute. He dumps him outside, making the climb. High risk, and get ready for it. Double axe handle, come back complete. It was around Mania 29. Wouldn't that be? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is actually 2013. There it is. There's the cutter. Got a hold of all of it, and now he's looking to wrap it up now. Ziggler, do not get up. You're not going to like what happens next. Going for a ride, send him up on top of the electric chair. Sit out position, send him up. There it is, snowstorm. Down goes Ziggler. The match may have just concluded right here. It's, wait a minute, is it over? No, it's not. The referee says that was a count of 2. See, I thought it was over because the way, we didn't have a good camera angle on the referee to kind of count with him, but yeah. Well, now you can see, it looks like, hold on, wait a minute. Snow trying to fly here. And there it is, frog splash. Beautifully well executed. And there's another toss right to the top right corner turnbuckle. There's a knee. right on the chest, and a wrestling hero slam trying to pay tribute to, I guess, Kurt Angle. Hey, you ain't gonna get no hate from me. I love Kurt Angle. He's one of my favorite. I think he's the greatest of all time. Isn't it, the kick out? Let's see. I keep getting flashback of Taka when someone do that move. For real? Which one? The zigzag or the electric, the snowstorm, or what do you call it? The one-winged angel? Because I don't really know anybody that's hit that maneuver before. I didn't find out about it until I think it was somewhere around last year-ish, and I was like, okay, well that's a solid move, I guess. Super kick, caught him off the rebound. Snow struggling here. He's he's fatigued and he's very exhausted right now, but he's got enough to go for one more big move, and that will I think it's going to end the match if he hits it one more time. He's got him up in position for the snowstorm, and there it is. He plants him on his head, pinned him immediately. 2 and throw. Wait, what? Okay. Now Ziggler is showing everybody what he's capable of, and that's wow. Unbelievable. I have no words to describe this. Look at the Famouser. Ziggler's breaking out, guys. He's showing to be something absolutely out of this world, astronomical. There's no words to describe it. It's just happening. It truly is just happening right before our very eyes. Wow. This is just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Ziggler's just celebrating, or not even celebrating. I think he's letting everybody know that, hey, this is what you came to see. You're getting it. Don't complain to me. Just watch and see what I can do. He's tuning up the band. He's setting them up, getting ready for that super kick. Just like Shawn Michaels style sweet chin music, that may just be conclusion right now. Ziggler doesn't get the job done. Wow. And now he's I'm trying to figure out what the hell does Ziggler need to do to win? What does Jon Snow need to do to win? Because they're bringing out every single thing they possibly can. It's just simply not enough. And now he's going for a lateral press cover. No, not quite. Not even. Well, it's somewhat close, but not that close. Frustration's starting to kick in now. And Jon Snow trying to hit him with a reality check, kneed him right into the forehead, and to top it all off, he hit him with the neck breaker. I don't know what he's got to go from here on forward, but hey, he's got to do what he's got to do, right? He's got him in the head scissors now. Just tossing him aside like yesterday's newspaper, making a look at this, man. He's using his legs to pretty much do what he's got to do, tossing him around like it's nothing, man. Again, pure leg power coming from Jon Snow, the former NXT champion. Again, is attempting to prove why he deserves to belong here on ECW. And you know, to be honest, I got to start asking myself, you know, is he really worth that big contract? Because I think he got like $1 million contract. And at hindsight, to me, it was a steal. But recently, I don't know if ECW management's thought about it, but is this guy really worth the money they've been out to bring upon? Because I don't know, at the time, right now, it doesn't seem like it. Cover, Famouser, and Ziggler doesn't get the win. He just got to do one more big move, and if he can actually pull it off, this match should reach its final destination. But Jon Snow he's not going to let up until he's got to pull out you got to make sure there's no more lungs in his or air in his lungs, I should say. I freaking messed up. I'm telling you right now, he's not going down, not without a damn fight. And here it comes, cutter. No, wait a minute. Ziggler with an excellent counter. Right hook. And there's a bulldog. Up you go onto your feet, and there it is. I think Ziggler he ran into the turnbuckle and he kind of caught himself to prevent full-on damage, and it doesn't look good here. Look at that face buster right into the canvas. His nose driven right into the mat. Ziggler, one more time, zigzag. And now this match should finally have ended right now. 1, 2, and it's over. Dolph Ziggler with a humongous upset here tonight over Jon Snow. And wow, Jon Snow has just been terrible. Raising his arms in victory. Referee gonna go ahead and get out of there now. His job is done. And Jon Snow, he's gonna offer a handshake. I guess yeah, he does, and he accepts. Well, there you have it. And Dolph Ziggler trying to watch his back, make sure nothing happens while he's driving up to the turnbuckle and celebrate his victory here tonight. Nothing does happen. Jon Snow is honorable like that. But again, the celebration does begin from Dolph Ziggler, man. What a hellacious fight that ended with him with the win, man. That was just amazing. All right, guys. So we got something interesting going on tonight. We got the debut of ECW's newest acquisitions, Victor and Connor of the Ascension, coming on over. Got called up from NXT. They are now officially a part of the ECW roster, and these guys have actually been two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. To this date, they're the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions throughout history. So Enzo and Big Cass better be cautious about those guys, because they're a team they were never able to defeat for the tag titles, I should say, at least, on NXT. And it's funny about that too, because Enzo and Cass never found a way to win the NXT tag titles. Those guys on the right, they did it twice. Enzo and Cass won the ECW tag titles, so I mean that's kind of fair play game. And Victor Connor, they never held main brand tag titles yet. So we'll see how that goes here tonight. There are many versions of the Michinoku driver, including Christopher Daniels' Angel Wings and Kenny Omega One-Winged Angel. Okay. Yeah, what up, Gabriel Arenas? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. We got ECW right now. Got call-ups tonight. The thing is, what the difference between a Falcon Arrow and a Samurai driver? Slash Rick Kishi driver. I have no idea. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking, man. Hopefully you enjoy the show. So, yeah. Okay, you said a Falcon Arrow and a Samurai driver. I don't know what, to be honest with you, I don't know what a Samurai driver is, but if it's exactly like the Falcon Arrow, then sure. I mean, I guess I know what there is no difference probably. So yeah.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
Why is there so many versions of the same move? I have no idea. Because if you ask me, like if you hit a jackhammer, that's a suplex, but except it's just a modified version of it. So to me, it's like, okay, somebody can make a suplex look pretty badass, meaning being Goldberg. So and then we've had different choke slams, single arm, double arm, double hand, yeah, different types. What up, Morpheus? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you enjoy. Right now we got tag action underway. Yeah, pretty much. I would have to say that they pretty much have the same move, but the transition is kind of what I guess makes it different to everybody else. Like to me, I agree with you. It is the same move because the way they land on their back and the way they plant their backs on their knees. I mean, it's pretty much it's like pretty much the same thing, except Alexander does a back suplex to the lumbar check, and then what was Roderick? He uses a suplex variation to end his end of heartache. But I agree with you. Like it is a headache because it's like, okay, that's a crossface. Okay, that's not a crossface. Oh, that's a label log. Okay, so that's a crossface too. Oh no, it's the bank statement. Okay, so Okay, and that's a crossface too. No, that's an arm trap crossface or whatever. So it's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, anyways, it's like, yeah, I mean, a crossface is going to be a crossface, but whatever. It is what it is. Can't really do anything. Well, yeah, you can't even do anything about it. It's just like, damn, you got everything confusing and all that crap. But whatever, it is what it is. Not even gonna worry about it. 2K18 is coming soon. We got about, let me see, where we in June, aren't we? Right? Yeah, we're in June. The June swoon for the Giants. Yeah, trash. So June, let's see, we got July, August, September, October. We got about what, 4 or 5 months before 19 is out. Yeah, I hope. Well, I don't think. Yeah, we don't get any news on it until like what? I think October, November-ish, whatever. So hopefully they add some new features. Hopefully everybody's up to date. Hopefully there's the new theme songs for the wrestlers, and hopefully they add new theme songs for creator wrestlers. Because for me, what do you call it? I've heard the same songs over and over again. It's to the point where we got, like, I get up to like, I don't know, 100 creator wrestlers, right? And once we get that many people, there's not that many new theme songs. So usually there's going to be probably like up to 2, maybe 3 people with the same theme song. It's like, okay, well, you know, maybe they should add some new ones, or better yet, why don't you go ahead and make it like last time around for I think it was Xbox and PlayStation, 2K14 last gen, and make a custom soundtrack. So like basically you can download songs and you can put them onto the game where it's saved, and anybody can use it as long as you get it up in there. Because I know before, I used to have a custom-made, you know, Kurt Angle. I download his theme song into the game and then play it. I had all of them too. The regular one, the repeated intro one, and the ECW one. And so if they bring that in, it'll be very beneficial for a lot of creator wrestlers. So that way everybody can kind of be unique in their own way. And you know, I'll just leave it at that. Macho T say Corbin new haircut will be in a game. No more long hair Corbin. Yeah, I kind of figured that would be happening anyway. He's always been looking to get a new look anyway, since I believe they were ready to go ahead and push him onto that main event scene with the WWE title and cash in that briefcase, but it just didn't seem to be that way. The third failed cash in history. So once that was kind of done with, they gave him his new theme song, they gave him a new attitude, I guess you could say. I think the new look is a little bit too late, but hey, what can I say? Because if it was me, I would have said, okay, you know what? You plan on cutting your hair? Okay, well, how about this? This is what we're going to do in the future. We're working on a new theme song for you. We're trying to modify your character a bit. And if you want to get your hair cut, get your hair cut however you want it by this date, and you got to keep that hair for X amount of time until we decide, okay, maybe you want a new look, now we can work around you, maybe we're looking to get you a new look again, so I don't know. That's what I think would have been the best way to transition and make it look pretty damn cool in my eye, but at the same time I think it was a good way to kind of hold off on it, because 2K18 was coming out very rapidly, so it was okay, let's hold off on the new hair. If he asked for permission, they probably said, you know what, let's hold off until the new hair, maybe halfway towards the new year, so that way 2K can get a better look on your character, and if they got to take out the hair, then take out the hair, why not? And Connor meets an Empire elbow right to the heart. Surprised Cass didn't try to put the match away, but oh well. Let's see. The hairline was getting bad, so I think him going bald, I don't even know if you can call that hair, because it's barely any stubs on there. Bada boom shakalaka! Connor may suffer a loss, and the Ascension may lose here in the debut of ECW. Victor saves the day. So anyway, with Cass, what about Cass? Because Cass, I know, he's going to pretty much look the same. He's going to have a new theme song, new entrance. I'm pretty sure they did something with him while he was injured, because I think he was cleared a few months back and didn't come back until after Mania. So in my eyes, I'm thinking, okay, he probably had a chance to kind of go into 2K Studios or whatever they go work on and say, you know what? This is how I'm going to walk down to the ring. This is how I'm going to talk. This is how I'm going to motion. And yeah, I got all this time, so you might as well let me help you out with that, and then we good. And I can focus on my comeback, which is in, I don't know, a few months, few weeks, few days, I don't know. The point is he had time to kind of work on everything himself, because there's a lot of new guys we get in the game, and a lot of them are very generic, which is something that's ridiculous. So I'm hoping, hey, Victor Kitt's out regardless. He says, I got a lot more to put out there. So the Ascension have made their debut on ECW, and they've been competing excellently. They've just been struggling trying to put the match away and trying to compete while not being on defense for an extended period amount of time. So we'll see what Victor has in mind here. He's got him for the STO. What a takedown. Yeah, I saw the Enzo music video, and I thought, I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was bad. I just thought, oh, he's taking shots. It's like him speaking out. So like you know how pinfall and kick out. You know how CM Punk, when he came out, he said he went to a podcast with Colt Cabana, and he just sat down for like, what was it, an hour and a half, 2 hour interview, and he kind of let out everything, like, hey, this is what happened, this is what was going on, this is how I felt, yada yada yada, and this is my state of mind, and then pretty much everything that everybody wanted to know. Everything, everybody, and yeah, let it all out there. As far as Enzo goes, I mean, at first I'm thinking, okay, people are telling me Enzo Amore made a rap video. I'm thinking, okay, he's done wrestling. He's gonna become a rapper now, make a couple of albums, and I don't know, try to become a big name, something like that. I don't know. And then I don't know, Mario kept asking me, he said, hey, you need to listen to this, man. Hey, you need to listen to this. Check this out, man. Come on, it's been a while since anyone's heard from him. So I think it took like a couple of days, but I said, you know what? I got time now. All right, let's listen to it together. So I'm like, okay. I'm not even paying attention to it because I'm just like, I'm listening to his lyrics on how he raps and everything. And he wants to be like a fast-paced, upbeat rapper of hip-hop and try to keep just a quick flow, So I'm listening to him. I'm like, okay, he's making fun. He's making fun of like people on the internet because he believes, not even believe, the way he views people that talk about WWE, talk about wrestlers on the computer, on Facebook, on YouTube, yada yada yada. He views them to be obese, pretty much mama boys, lowlifes, I guess you could say. Well, yeah, here comes Follow Man, and the Ascension may have just put this match to its conclusion here. Big Cass is trying to get in there. Connor may be able to stop him. Nope, Big Cass is there. So when I heard it, I said, okay, he's actually talking about the fans, how he feels about them, how everybody says they're guilty, or how they jumped to the conclusion that he was guilty. Then he talked about the person that came up with the alleged assaults, and then a bunch of other stuff. So I said, okay, this isn't really something he's trying to really do for a career. He's just out here explaining everything that happened and how he feels about the people that kind of made him guilty before innocent, because that's the country running now. You're proven guilty before innocency. So that he threw that out the way first. Then he talked about how somebody can make an accusation and not have anything bad happen to them, even if the accusations are false, and even get someone arrested. So after that, it was like, okay, well, that's pretty much what just happened there, and that's all there really was to it. It's not really something I try to observe, like, okay, this is what he needs to do to improve, or this is what he needs to work on. Nah, I just thought of it and looked at and views upon as, okay, this is his way of coming out talking about what happened. Enzo and Cass spoil the ECW debut of the Ascension, guys. He got his butt kicked again. I feel sorry for April. Yeah. To be honest with you, I think when I saw CM Punk's match in the UFC, in the second fight, it was better than the first one, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I felt bad. I didn't feel bad for well, I guess I can't say I feel bad for AJ or April. Well, AJ for short. So, congratulations to Enzo and Cass on the win, by the way. I feel sorry for AJ because she literally has to watch her husband fight the matches she's been in. The first time, I would say this, like, she had nothing to really be, you know, fearful of or anything to feel bad about, because the match he was first in, it was like, you know, it was a fast match. He tapped out. He didn't get punched on. He didn't bleed. He didn't get at least I didn't see him get welts or anything. So I think that was the best case scenario for somebody to debut in the UFC, to not really get the crap beaten out of him. But his second fight, I did feel bad for. I feel the way that you did, Phoenix. I felt bad for AJ. I felt bad for CM Punk because, you know, the guy is 39 years old. He's fighting at the UFC. I mean, not too many. If you're gonna fight in the UFC, me personally, I think it's best to do it around the age of a teen, a young teen, 17, 8. I don't think they only did 1 8. I think Ronda wasn't 17. Never mind, I take that back. I say appropriate age would be 18 years old, because, you know, especially big guys that are 18 years old and they don't even look, they're like man-childs, I guess. You know, they're a man, but they're a child, you know. So when I saw CM Punk, I mean, the guy's 39 years old. His first fight was 2 years ago. 2 years later, he goes up against a guy who's 0-1. They both lost to Mickey Gall, which is funny because, I mean, well, it's not really funny, but I'm just saying it's funny because it's a little bit of a coincidence how they would fight one-on-one, but I don't even care about that. Anyways, when they fought, I saw the first one. I'm like, okay, CM Punk is looking pretty good. He's going out there. And to me, he won that round. He actually got that dub real quick. And I'm like, okay, if he can keep the pace up, if he can keep the pressure, I think he can win this match. I think he can take this home at least 2-1 in the decision. But it ended up being the other way around, because after that first round, it was odd to me. It's like something I can't wrap my head around. I'm going to talk about that as soon as this match begins. But because up next, guys, we got G versus Quest up next. He did enter at the poor age, so that's the only thing that sucks about it. Because if you're gonna fight in the UFC, late teens, 18 up, early 20s. 37? No, come on. So, for me, once I saw the end of the second round, how I forgot his name, so I just remember his last name, Jackson. As soon as Jackson went up in there, and he turned the tables pretty fast. He went up in there. He played defense, and that was a pretty good strategy in my opinion, because he just literally said, you know what, give me your best shots right now. The 5, 10, 50, I don't know, the most best shots you have in your arsenal. Throw them at me. I'm going to take them. I'm going to eat them. And then we'll see what you got after that. So, you know, CM Punk went in there, hit a couple of kicks, got a takedown late on, but by that time he's already tired. And CM Punk's moving slow. He's not working as fast. And the thing that I want to talk about that got me is because we're talking about an athlete that used to fight 30-minute matches in wrestling. You know, there's no timeouts for wrestling either. You're going to go, 30 straight minutes. You're going to go 30 straight minutes. There ain't going to be no rest, because you got to make it believable. So when he's out there and he's flying around, doing all these punches, throwing you around and doing all that, that's a long-ass time. And he pretty much did half a wrestling match by his standards and got tired. And the thing, again, that's something I never really got in my head, because I'm like, if you're conditioned to fight at such a high durability, but when it comes to your stamina in the UFC, I don't know what the deal is, because if you think about it, Brock Lesnar had his fair share of 30-minute matches in wrestling, whether it's WWE or New Japan. Okay? So when I see him fight in the UFC, I already know what to expect. I'm expecting either an early knockout or it's going to go his way decision. If you've seen his fights in the UFC, he's dominating you. I don't care who you are, he is dominating you. When I saw him fight Mark Hunt, he was throwing him down. He was tossing him around. He was dominating him like a pure wrestler. And at one point, there was not one point in the match where I said, okay, Brock might lose this fight. No way in hell. The way he did it and the way he looked, like, seriously, Brock Lesnar didn't even look anywhere near the range of fatigued, didn't look tired at all. And they even asked him in an interview and said, hey, you know, during the round 3, it looked like you were kind of slowing down a bit. Did you get tired at any point in that match that may have indicated why you started to slow down a bit? He said, no, I wasn't slowing down, you know. I wanted to get in position. I knew how he was going to counter, so I wanted to be prepared for that in order to re-counter that and get him into the position that I wanted to be in. So as far as your question goes, was I tired? Was I fatigued? Was I exhausted? No, I wasn't, not even close. You know, I'm just playing smart because I had him. It was my way the whole match. Bottom line. And at the end of the night, I won. So my strategy works. And so I'm like, okay, well, Brock Lesnar, he doesn't even wrestle 30-minute matches, hour matches. He's going out there and he's wrestling like 5 to 15, maybe even, I don't know, 12, 15 the most. And you know, that sometimes he takes a break here and there because he sells it. But in the UFC, I mean, you get like a 3-minute break, but it's divided over 1 minute period time during rounds. So that's not that much time. And yeah, when I see that happen, I'm like, okay, if Brock Lesnar does that, when CM Punk comes in, he's wrestled matches up to an hour, 2 hours. We've seen it done before. But he's tired in his second UFC fight. I can maybe understand it because he's 39 years old. But man, I don't know what the hell. And I'm just like, you know what? It still baffles me. Like Kurt wanted to go Dana. Oh, I'll read that in a second. Let's see. Speaking of kicking it, that was not Quest. Oh, okay. My bad. ECW. Do I have or have I had a match? Not yet. But you're not going to have one tonight either, Colonel. But I wanted to ask you, what title would you like to fight for, and at what pay-per-view would you like to have that junction at? Because remember, you do have a guaranteed title shot all the way up into the next Royal Rumble, which is in the place of January. So you can pick pretty much any event, any pay-per-view, and the title of your choosing. You can, you know, but if you challenge for a title outside of ECW, you pretty much have to fight for that brand that day forward. Just letting you know right now. But as far as tonight goes, you don't have a match, and I'm gonna catch up on the comments because I missed one of Phoenix when I was up speaking about CM Punk. So let me go ahead and backtrack just a little bit so he doesn't have to retype or anything. Okay, let's see. Okay. Like Kurt wanted to go to Dana, said he would love him to join, but you kind of waited too long. Yeah, I agree. Well, for Kurt, it's a little bit different because he's like, what, 45, 46 years old? And I think he did try to get a chance to fight in the UFC, but again, his age was a factor in it. And then he was thinking about going to Bellator. And yeah, that just didn't go that well either. I guess they didn't really want him to. Because the age factor was in the way. Plus, I think he was testing positive for painkillers because he did talk about that on the network, how he had a little bit of a drug problem and didn't really get rid of it until like 2015, 2016-ish. So this was happening before that timeline, and I think that's why the main reason why he wasn't a part of UFC or even Bellator. Frank and Ken Shamrock say they try to win while not trying to kill the fighter. I agree. I agree with that. I'll talk about that in a second. All right, Colonel, so you want to fight the World Heavyweight Championship SmackDown Live? Not a problem. But what pay-per-view would you like to fight upon? Because we got... Let me see, what pay-per-views we got? You can't... Well, I guess you kind of could do it at Backlash if you wanted to. But it'll be a triple threat match. And then there's No Mercy. Then we got some co-branded pay-per-views down the line. So we're in the month of... Are we in the July month? No, wait a minute. I'm trying to remember... we're in August. So no, September. Then we got October, November, Survivor Series, December, we got this. Do we got TLC for what do you call it? I think we got TLC for what do you call it. Okay. Well, let me know when you come back, and then we'll talk about that. But yeah, I agree with what you said about, alright, triple threat it is, no problem. Well, we're looking forward to having you there. Now, as far as Ken Shamrock's statement goes when you brought that up, Phoenix, I do agree with that method because, you know, when you're fighting in the UFC, I think there's only probably one death in a hand-to-hand combat in the world. I don't know if it was in UFC before, but because your goal is this. When you're fighting in the UFC, here's a couple from Quest trying to put G away and it doesn't work. When you're trying to fight in the UFC, you're pretty much your hands are lethal. Your hands are considered a weapon, and you have to get them registered whenever you're going to box or do UFC. It doesn't matter what the case may be, whatever sport it is that you do hand-to-hand combat, except for I think wrestling and amateur wrestling, because you don't use your hands to knock people out. You're just wrestling, trying to out-wrestle your opponent, try to pin them 1, 2, 3. Or I think in amateur wrestling they only do a 1 count, so 1, you're done. That's it. There's only a 1 count pinfall. But yeah, in boxing and UFC, your hands are considered as lethal weapons, and they have to be registered by the state that you're living in, so that, because it's just the way it is. And so, if anybody fights outside of the profession of professional, fighting, you will only be able to use your hands in self-defense. If you went to a bar trying to pick a fight, you knock somebody out, you could have killed that man. So you're gonna go to jail like you pretty much shot the guy, or you pretty much stabbed the guy. So I agree with what that is, because when you're fighting, you're gonna try your best. You're gonna try your best to knock him out, but not kill him though, because again, your hands are lethal weapons, and they can kill. You can literally kill somebody with your bare hands if you knuckle them up. We've seen people get knocked. Hell, I've seen people in boxing matches get knocked out. I'm like, whoa, is he dead? Like a legit knocked out. Like you're actually knocked the hell out. You're not moving. It's like somebody just domed you in the head and you're done. Like you're just like the life left your body. And then I guess UFC is a little bit more. I guess it's a little bit more safe, right? Because they also got submissions, so if you're not really a knockout artist who has any power in his arms and you can't really, again, knock somebody out, submissions go within him, but then at the same time you got to be careful not to, like if you're going for a headlock of some sort, got to be careful not to twist it a certain way, because you can break their neck, or you can make them pass out and strangle them to death, which is something you don't really want to have happen. Excuse me. So, that's just my thought of mine in that. Can Ken Shamrock kill anybody today? I don't think so. My dad actually met Ken Shamrock at a casino one time in Reno, I think it was. He said he was a pretty cool guy, but he's kind of old nowadays, and he can't really. What's the word? I don't think he can really kill anybody with his hands. I wouldn't go try to test that theory out, because what if I'm wrong? Nope, I'm good. G trying to pick up the win over Quest, and it's not over yet. Let's see, like base rooting with the liver shot. A liver shot can kill someone automatically with the right force. Oh yeah, absolutely. Because if you have the right force, you can rip open, you can rupture the kidney, and you can cause internal bleeding. If you're not treated immediately, or at least in time, you could lose your life. So I already know about that. And at one point, again, hands of a boxer or a UFC fighter, extremely lethal. Because I remember back in the way early 90s, this is probably like in the 30s or 40s, there was actually a boxing match where the gloves, I guess, were a little bit too small for the fighters. So somebody actually died while in a boxing match. So nowadays, depending on your weight class, depending on what weight class you're going to fight in, they got approved ounce of gloves for said competitors. Like let's say welterweights, right? They're only allowed to use a range of like I think 6 to 8 ounce gloves, and that's about it. So you can't go any more under, but you can keep going over. But you can't go under because with your weight and the way that you've been fighting, the amount of force you can display off of a single right hook or your power punch, if you go any under, you can knock somebody out or you can hurt somebody. You could kill somebody. That's the main point. And that's why they've made the law like the way it is now. And there it is, backpack stunner to Quest again. Second time of the night. G might actually win with that maneuver right now. It is done. G wins against the former multiple-time world champion. I think that was kind of based off of... It was not really like telling a whole story. I'm not really too sure. All I know is someone has died in a boxing match before, so I'm guessing, yeah, that's a good example of people actually dying because of what do you call it? The gloves not being the right size or the right amount of weight to the glove. And we've actually experienced cheaters before too, because I forgot who it was. There was a fighter who actually got suspended. I think he may have got fined. He should have been arrested. He should have definitely went to jail. He should have gotten suspended, taken his boxing license from him. He should have lost every single thing in the world. Because what happened was he used cement in his... Yeah, that's right, cement. Like cement blocks, okay? Or cement rocks, if you will, just because he had to fit in a glove. Or I guess he put in the tape, whatever. The point is, he put cement in his gloves. And he messed this guy up, man. I was like, whoa. Because at first off, when they were fighting, it was like, oh, damn, he's getting these punches in. But later on, it's like, the referee was looking at it, he said, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. I don't think... He's not supposed to look like that. He ain't hitting he's hit one power punch and he looked like that. No, something's wrong here. So he had to check his glove, examine him, and then once it was over, he said, you know what? Disqualified, he wins, and then the rest just came down all over him. But anyway, guys, enough about that, because now we got the ECW debut of Chris Awesome and Demon Joker. The former NXT Tag Team Champions are here, and they got a match against the primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil. Up next, we're going to see what these two are capable of on the main roster. Titus and Darren, they're trying to go worldwide. Can they pull it off here tonight? We'll find out before our main event, which includes the ECW champion. Let's see how that goes. Excuse me, 1 second. I'm a little parched, and plus my throat's kind of dry. Excuse me. I used to love watching boxing a lot. I used to I kind of study it because there was some pretty good fights when I was watching. Plus, I was like, okay, I want to see who's going to be the next Muhammad Ali or whatever, because we know he's universally regarded as the greatest boxer of all time. Excuse me. So when I look at him, I'm like, okay, who can be that next guy? Because in WWE, we're always looking at who's the next Rock, who's the next Hulk Hogan, I'm gonna be like, okay, I want to see who's going to be the next Muhammad Ali. And when I've been seeing the fights that I've been seeing, especially Mayweather fights, because there's a lot of fights where he has gone away with a lot. I forgot what match it was, but like in his mid-undefeated record of the 30s, mid-30s of his undefeated record, he had a boxing match in which he lost, but like I don't know what happened, because the judges actually awarded him the win, and nobody's ever came close since then except for Maidana, and then they had a rematch, and again he won by decision. I don't know, it's always been odd to me to see something like that. And so I'm like, okay, now I know the two most rigged sports in the world. Boxing, that's why it's pretty much dead at this point. There's no fight nobody wants to see, especially the last rigged fight that actually happened. I'm going to go over that in a second. And basketball. Because, yeah, I'll talk about that in a second too. We'll leave that at that. out of here. And here he is, guys. Former NXT Tag Team Champion and the first ever Creator Wrestler, United Kingdom Champion. He's here in his debut with his tag partner to be announced pretty soon. Chris Awesome is in the building, and you know what, guys? I think he's got a bright future ahead of him here on ECW. He's got a lot to prove. He's got a lot to showcase. If you don't know about him, trust me, you're about to find out what this guy is about completely. Get ready for it. It's about to happen. So, as soon as his tag partner makes the ring, we'll talk about that, Phoenix. No problem. Get ready. It's about to happen. Yeah, but I don't think that went that far. Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? I think he actually ended up fighting again, too. Like a few years later after his suspension was up. He got suspended for a few years, man. I think it was 3. I forgot the guy's name. So yeah, man. He said LeBron deserves to get the mop. I agree with you. And I was going to talk about, oh yeah, it involves LeBron. Oh yeah, I agree. There's a lot of people that need to get punished. And sometimes the law or the system fails us. And it's like, damn, bro, for real? Whatever. What up, Roblox Awesomeness? How you doing? Pua, what up? And you're about to witness the semi-main event here tonight. Tag action between Demon Joker and Chris Awesome tag teaming up. There you got the primetime players, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young, trying to make it worldwide, but he just went around the world after that. Step up Enziguri. So let's see. Okay, for LeBron, the reason why I say the league, the NBA league is rigged, because for one, if you watch, okay, I'm not a fan of the Kings like I used to be, because I'm like, okay, the Kings, they're in Sacramento, so home state or home city, so yeah, cool. When I've been looking over videos and things like that, when the Lakers were beating them, like, you can tell the way that the game was played, how, like, really? How in the world is it this many fouls on the Kings? Like, no, come on, this is stupid, it's ridiculous. The Lakers they were getting their asses handed to them, and all of a sudden, foul. I mean, that's all you hear, a bunch of whistles, man. Whistles going everywhere. You know, I was like, whatever. It's you can't change it, because this is like in 2002 type stuff. What's going on, bro? And I think that's when the Lakers actually won the finals as well. But anyway, the most recent event would probably be, well, there's two of them, where the Bulls had literally a 1% chance to get the first overall pick back in, I can't remember what year it was, but it was like early 2000s. They ended up drafting Derrick Rose, number 1 overall pick. Yeah, they had a 1% chance to in that lottery. So, you know, all of a sudden, okay, yeah, they get the first pick, whatever. And then it's like, okay, one of the worst teams in the NBA, known as the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by literally one man, is going to get LeBron James. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, and then they get Kevin Love. What? Kevin Love? Are you kidding me? So you're telling me they got Kyrie Irving, who's already a really good player. Then they get LeBron. Then all of a sudden they get Kevin Love. What? Really? Are you serious right now? Oh, but we ain't done. They get in the first overall pick in the draft, so they're gonna get some really good rookie up in that mug. Wow, wow, unbelievable. Like, that was just the last part. And then next thing you know, if that's not good enough to convince you, how about when the Warriors, let me see, they were up 3-1 over the OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder. 3-1. They were down 3-1, and next thing you know, oh, there's a win. There's another. Oh, now all of a sudden we got Game 7. We're going to the finals. Yay! Oh my God, amazing. And then they go up 3-1 over the Cavs, and all of a sudden it's the same thing. It's like, oh my God, the greatest regular season team of all time came back from a 3-1 deficit to win the finals. Oh my God, LeBron James just defeated a team that was up against him 3-1 at the greatest regular season ever, and he came all the way back to win the Game 7 and win Cleveland's very first championship in like forever, since the Cleveland Browns won AFL championships, which don't even matter no more because we're in merged territory where they now reside as Super Bowls. Wow, it's unbelievable. Like, really? Come on, man. I mean, that's garbage. You can't tell me that you don't seriously believe that was not rigged whatsoever. And then, you know, they bring in Kevin Durant. So it's like, okay, now what do you call it? The Warriors are looking to be the greatest playoff team in history by going 16-0, but they do it at 16-1. You know, good old LeBron James just had to get his name in that record book and say, I'm the one, and that's 16-1. They won the finals, sure, but hey, I'm that one, the only one. And I didn't like this, because honestly, when LeBron won his third finals and his third finals MVP, he shouldn't have won that. That's another reason why it was rigged, okay? Because he's not the reason why they won the damn finals. I'll tell you one thing, okay? There's a guy who was in Cleveland since day one, since the day he got drafted there. He wore number 2. He went. You know what? You might know his name. His name was Kyrie. Yeah, there it goes, Kyrie Irving. Let me see. Game 5. Yeah, Game 5. He had like 41 points, carried the team to a victory. All of a sudden, you got Game 6 up in Cleveland, and guess what? Cleveland, you got a guy named Kyrie, Uncle Drew, just like Phoenix said, going up in there, walking it to him, laying it up, hitting threes like it ain't no tomorrow. And then Game 7 comes around. You know what? I'm trying to remember. Game 7. See, there's a guy in Game 7 of that finals series who hit the game-winning shot to ice the game to bring Cleveland's first chance. Oh, that's right. That was Kyrie Irving. And LeBron won the Okay. Ripcord knee strike, and Titus gets saved from Darren Young. Like, seriously, guys? Come on now. So, at the end of the day, and then he said, you know what? Fine, whatever. LeBron, you get all the credit. You keep the finals MVP. I just want my ring. We good. And after that, it's like, okay, now we gotta go up against a guy known as Kevin Durant. Oh yeah, Kevin Durant. KD, number 35 from the Golden State Warriors. Destroyed, annihilated, obliterated. So you know what? So, I don't get it, because last year I beat the Warriors from a 3-1 deficit. LeBron gets all the credit. We lose this year 4-1. All of a sudden, no help, LeBron James. I'm out of here. Hey, Gilbert, trade me, or I swear to God, I'm gonna get some knee surgery, and guess what? By the time it's done, I'm out my contract, and by the time it's done, let's see, you're gonna have this no help team. You're gonna have LeBron out there by himself without me, and he's just gonna be with Kevin Love. I mean, good luck with that. So, y'all move. The next thing you know, not too long later, hey, Boston got a new guy, man. He came up from Cleveland. He actually won a championship. He's the reason why Cleveland got their damn championship. Kyrie Irving, man, he had to have some surgery because, you know, he didn't get taken over earlier. But hey, guess what? I don't know about y'all, but in my opinion, if Kyrie Irving was in that series against LeBron and the Cleveland Cavaliers, if Gordon Hayward was in that series in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers, there's not a doubt in my damn mind that series is over in 5 games. No names except for Al Horford, but nobody knows them that well, so that's why I bring to mind. No names on the Celtics took LeBron to 7 games, and they were literally, if they just had Gordon Hayward, guess what? It's over. Kyrie would have just said, you know what, guys? Shit. Let me show you how it's done over here. LeBron, you better be ready, boy. You're not losing the finals this year. I'm losing the finals this year. If anyone's going to... You know what? No, I'll take that back. I think the Celtics had a better chance against the Golden State Warriors than the LeBron. Because you see how Houston works? They're team basketball. And they went to Game 7. Well, they should have been done in 6, but Chris Paul got injured. I believe if Kyrie and Gordon were up in that thing, and they took on Golden State, there might have not been a Game 7. It probably been a Game 6, probably. And the title's going back to Boston, 18 in 2018, the 18th championship. But what do I know? You know, LeBron Nuss. He has no help. He does it all, and when he doesn't do anything, he has no help. He has no help. Either he does it by himself, or he has no help. It's one or the other. So, yeah, your choice. Boston would destroy the Cavs if Gordon and Uncle Drew did not get hurt. I agree. It just doesn't get any better than that. They would pull the Detroit versus the Lakers. Yeah, probably. More than likely. Did I get shook up? Or you're still actually in NXT right now, Brian. Let me see. I didn't have you booked for a match, but did you want a match on the next episode of NXT? There's the super kick. That's what we needed to see. This match may be over right now as we talk. And Awesome and Joker win in their ECW debut. That will work. Appreciate you. So let's see what we got here. But the Cavs just have to get in the finals. Sure, they ain't gonna win. They lost 3 out of the last 4. Alright, you versus Forever? No problem. I'm gonna write you down right now so don't forget about you. Down pen. Brian. Azrael. I don't know you're gonna fight, but I'll find somebody new. Not a problem. So congratulations, and there you have it. Semi-main event over. We've seen the debut of the Ascension. They lost on ECW. We've seen this debuting tag team, Chris Awesome and Demon Joker. They won their debut against the Primetime Players. Now it's time for the main event. The ECW champion is in action. Once again, congratulations to Joker and Awesome. Hard-fought victory, well-deserved and earned. But again, now it's time for the main event. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be the ECW champion Ethan Black versus Aleister Black. Right here and right now, this should be a pretty damn interesting main event. So Aleister is... he's the last guy that you want to take lightly. Ethan is pretty smart. So I think if anybody's going to get a chance to... do what they got to do and knock this guy off of his mountain, off his high horse or whatever you want to display it as, Aleister can be that guy. But Ethan is really good. So again, this guy is very smart. I think he's going to look at this and say, okay, I know Aleister Black, he's really good. I mean really good. I know what he brings to the table. I know what I got to watch out for. So my best chance of winning this match is blank. And that's what I'm expecting from him. Again, this guy's the ECW champion. He does not have a number 1 contender yet, but that is to change probably by the next episode of ECW. And we'll just leave it at that. So we'll see how that turns out. Good luck and see what happens. So let's see. Eventually, you would like to have a promo to call out Lucas. Ooh, so a lot of people actually want to fight Lucas. I think we're gonna have to change that. Probably by NXT, we'll find somebody for Lucas to fight. So yeah, shouldn't be a problem. And he's looking to make the competition of the ECW roster to fade to black. I don't know what he's going to be able to do in this match, but he's got to be prepared for anything and everything, because Ethan Black, he is a tough competitor who can lay it all out there, out in the open, and say, "This, you know what I'm capable of." So, do you got an answer? We're about to find out. Now the real deal show up, not a call. For real, I guess. This is because we've had a couple of guys look like him, you know, or do the same thing he doing, but nobody does it just like that. Sorry to say, guys, there's only one Alistair, and he's looking to make you fade to black. Fade in darkness, I agree. It would be more suitable, but because of his last name, he wants to kind of, I guess he kind of, I don't know, I don't really understood the entire gimmick of Alistair. I just know he's like a dark character. That's it. But for darkness, I can see it making more sense, because fade to black, what's black? Black hole? The ocean? The ocean can be black if you go deep enough, but darkness would be like, what do you call it? It would be more like your sinister side, you know? Fade to black can literally almost be anything. How sometimes it could just mean, I don't know, when the lights go out. That's it. But anyways, we're going to see how this goes. Alistair and Ethan, you know what? I was going to say something, but I'm not going to. I might get dumped on first, so let's just go ahead and let's go and see what happens. Here we go. Hey, do I have room? Blade Nation Gang. Who's your character again? Because I might have downloaded him. Let me know his name real quick, and I'm gonna look through my notes. So I think, what do you call it? No, it wasn't any of those. Yeah, let me know your character's name again, because I think I gotta rewrite. Oh, where's my pen? I'm gonna lose it. Damn. Okay, I guess that happened. Oh no, it's right here. There we go. Yeah, let me know your name again, Blade Nation. Cause, got a couple people asking me every now and then, but I don't really keep notes unless I run it down. BNG. Referee trying to tell these guys, get back in the ring. Come on, man, let's have a match. Let's have a good match. Count of 4. Count of 5. Halfway through the count, and Alistair dumps Ethan to the steel barricade, and he takes it back in the match. All right, the railing just brought a little bit of extra pain there. Don't worry about that. The battery's low, but it should be able to. You know what? Let me go and start charging it. Actually, it started to kind of die out for a second there. We're gonna go ahead and finish that up. All right. So I got to go, man. Take care. Sorry I couldn't stay longer for the main event. It's all good, man. We'll see you probably tomorrow. NXT and 205 Live should take place then. So yeah. If not, then I don't know. Maybe just NXT. Ethan just literally walking to him, doing absolutely nothing. Not too sure what that was about. Here comes Ethan. Nice neck breaker. Very effective. Works really good. Drag away from the ropes, and we could see. Oh, wait a minute. Lion salts. Something notoriously made by Chris Jericho. You could tell he's very intriguing and very quick to jumpstart a victory. Beautiful flatliner connects. Something very uncharacteristic of Ethan. He just celebrates. Excuse me. Yeah, not really too sure why, but celebrating and trying to perhaps end the match right here, right about now. And here we go. He tried to go for it looked like a black drive, maybe a fade to black. But Alistair not having any of that, man. He don't play that kind of stuff. He's going to try to get back on offense. There it is, a standing cutter. That connects very efficiently. And now he's gonna celebrate, like say, hey, I can do what you do, Ethan. Here it goes. And ooh, man, driving his forehead right off the knee. And now it looks like another, yeah, and this is a kick out. Okay, so I'm trying to remember because I think, did you tell me the gamer tag one time? I may have written it down somewhere, but I want to remember. It's not going to be in that notes, because I think I remember you telling me before, but I don't know if where I've written it down at. So I'm going to look for it real quick. 1, 2, and a kick out. Yeah, I can't find it. I'm sorry. If you could rewrite it for me again, BNG, I'll appreciate it, because I lost it. So I remember you told me before, but again, oh wait a minute, it might be right here. Was it Big D Bamber by any chance? Blade Nation? Was it Big D? Big D Bamber by any chance? Because if it is, then I just found you. If not, then I don't know where it's at no more. And yeah, that's all I can say. And there it is, a beautiful leg stomp right off the top turnbuckle. Ethan might be out of it here. 1, 2, near fall. Okay, look forward to it. Had a good night. Hope your dog don't keep you up all night. Bark and mine Chihuahua does the same thing. Does sometimes. Yeah, no, mine's good. He just chilling right now in a room trying to cool off because it's been a very hot week so far. It's starting to heat up. And look at how Alistair picks him up with one foot, and here it comes, Black Mass! Spinning back heel kick, caught him on the chin, the right cheek, more of, may have knocked him out. Cold. And it's over. Alistair Black just knocked off the ECW champion here tonight in the main event for his debut. Are you insane? Well, Ethan, it looks like you have some pretty tough competition, and especially with that guy in the mix now, doesn't look too good on your behalf. It looks like you have to try to readjust and attempt to find a way to win next time around. Otherwise, who knows, the time that you have to fight for that and defend the ECW championship may not go your way. But I'm pretty sure you can adjust and, again, adapt to the situation at hand. So we'll just have to kind of be patient, wait, and find out. And look at this, man. The resiliency was really good, but that Black Mass was too much. Alistair Black just letting everybody know that this is what he's been working on. This is where he needs to be. This is what makes him the bigger picture. And now you can see him fade into the darkness, fade to black. The show has concluded. Well, anyway, guys, I want to go ahead and thank you all for watching. I hope everyone enjoyed. And we'll go ahead and see you next time. But until next time, y'all have a great one. For now, cut, and that's a wrap.